The Gate of Good Fortune. Now, I have read this novel a couple years ago. I think I got to chapter 90. I couldn't handle anymore. It was getting too frustrating for me. It was not for me. So, at that time, I don't even know how many chapter there was, but either way, it was just not for me. And even though it was so well written, the storytelling was so beautiful, the character development, the world building, everything was just so beautiful. It got me so captivated. But the after has a tendency of just screwing over the main character and just the main character, please give me a bone, and the after just like, hey, you're not getting a bone, so he wouldn't give nothing to the main character, right? And if you see in the reviews, it's very controversial because it's either you love it or you hate it, right? It's just one of those. Let's go to because I was just going through. I was reading through all these novels, and you can see, right? You have this novel should be called The Gate of Misfortune, right? 1 star, or like it's a beautiful novel. You should 100% read this novel, and it's like that. It's either most of the time it's either low 1 star or 5 star, right? And I think it has something to do with uh realism or like emotional realism, I guess. It's like you know how these days movies and TV show have like struggle and like torture and betrayal. Don't get me wrong, I love those things as long as the main character overcomes those things and has the satisfying revenge. I love those type of revenge story driven. Oh, they are beautiful. The point is though, these days it's not like that. It's like they go through all the struggle in the end they don't get anything and it's like it's a romantic movie in the end the girl or the guy dies. It's a romantic movie and in the end the girl or the guy just leaves him and all of a sudden this movie get an Oscar because oh they make you feel like shit. That's what they make you. They make you feel like a garbage. Why would I and wanna watch shit like that? And I guess a lot of people like that kind of stuff, and you know that's fine. I have no problem with me. Like I said, I don't hate this novel. I just know it's not for me. I could be wrong now because one of the guys I was reading, I forgot who he was, and he said that he's up to chapter 900, and there is a satisfying revenge. Now, if this is true, I hope they are the revenge type. Now, please let me know in the comments, and I will continue reading this novel. But I got a feeling we have a different definition of what's satisfying revenge is, because even up to chapter 90, there was already like at least 9 or 5 people that I want him to get revenge. Not kill them because I don't think this guy is capable of that. Um, I mean, he's capable, but I don't think he would that petty, I guess. Like I would, if I was in his shoe, 100% wipe them all out, without hesitation. But I got a feeling he's more of this type of character. It's like, oh, don't worry about it. Was in the past. It was not a big deal, you know, that type of character, right? It's just I could be wrong again because this is just based on the 90 chapter or so I remember from 2 years ago. I could be mixing this with some other novels, and by now I have read so many different novels. But yeah, if this guy actually does has revenge, please let me know in the comments, and I will actually continue reading this. But I doubt it. I don't think he's that type of character. Yeah, so that's why it was really interesting to read the comments because people either hate it or people either love it. And again, I think this one of the comments I read and the guy describes it. It's like a if a normal guy goes into cultivation world, this would be the novel, right? Even though if a normal guy goes in cultivation world, he would be dead. He would be dead because people die in the cultivation world. Millions and trillions of people literally die on like hourly basis in cultivation world. Like if two experts start fighting planets explodes like continents get destroyed. It's just there's just so much destruction. Normal guy would not have a chance in hell surviving in cultivation well. But if he gets a little bit like I guess that's what they're saying. Now I personally do not enjoy reading novels like that. I love the overpower. I love the thick armor. Like one of the guy in the comments says, uh, the plot armor thicker than Nicki Minaj ass, and I love that. I love the armor to be as thick, and I love the main character to be as powerful as he can. And he's the luckiest guy because that's what I want to see. If I want to see some goddamn realism, I turn on the news and you see how shitty the world is and how everybody ripping each other off left and right, and everybody getting away. Fuck, pharmaceutical company killing millions of people, but we're okay with that. Nobody gives a shit. So there's plenty of realism to watch there, and that was only like 2 seconds of watching the news. So back to this novel. I went off a little bit on a rant there. I do not hate this novel. Again, it's actually not a bad novel. I just know it's not for me. Again, I could be wrong. Hopefully, somebody actually watched this and they say no. he does have a satisfying revenge, please let me know in the comments. I want, because I really do want to read this, but I just feel like I'm gonna be so disappointed in reading this. Yeah, just want to just say, if you're into those realistic style kind of novel, when the MC is not that lucky, when the MC doesn't really get anything, when the MC doesn't really get, I guess, love interest as much, which I'm really not a fan of romance, and especially I hate harm so much, but all of them have it, and yeah. I mean, I guess I don't really mind romance if it's done like okay when it's like one person instead of like all of them I read. They usually have 20 or 30 different girls. I'm just like, for fuck's sake, just pick one girl. There was one of the older one I read, like I Should Still the Heaven. He had that one girl, and I'm just like, thank you, man. At least one guy can write. And there's a couple other ones I read, but most of the time they usually like marry or have like 10, 20 different girls, or like it's just so not a fun romance. Like I do not enjoy romance like that. Anyways, yeah, it's actually, I guess, not. I don't think it deserved that low a score. I think people only upset is because of how unlucky the guy is in the early chapters. I think that's my opinion. It's if it's based on reading, it's actually like good 5 star. But again, if it's based, what I would give it to it, I would also probably give it a 2 stars. So it'd probably be like somewhere right here. Unfortunately, only because I'm not a fan of how the MC gets screwed over like that. Again, that's just my opinion. But if he gets his revenge back, and all the people who have offended him and who have treated him badly, it would be 5 star, no doubt about it.